As someone with epilepsy, I think a common feeling amongst people with this disorder is the immense amount of fear or being afraid to do things in life for fear of an upcoming seizure or another seizure, and that fear of our epilepsy holding us back, which, to be fair, is a more than valid feeling to have, as epilepsy and seizure disorders are extremely serious and need to be taken seriously and managed under control, etc. But at the same time, when you have your seizures under control for a prolonged period of time, in my opinion, you should not let epilepsy get in the way of you doing things in life and you doing the things you want to do in life and the things that bring you joy and happiness. Doing things you want to do, trying new things, traveling to new destinations you've always wanted to go to, and ultimately living your life. Having epilepsy can feel and be so isolating as is, as this disorder is not easy to deal with or even express to others how deeply it affects not only the body but the mind as well. And a lot of that fear that can keep us isolated, I believe, has to do with the fear of the unknown, the fear of when the next seizure could be. Where could it be? Is there going to be people around? There's a lot of what ifs and questions that surround this disorder and any and all of our actions and choices. At the same time, you still have to live, and I personally have never let my epilepsy get in the way of me achieving my goals or going after the things that I want to go after. Of course, I take precautions and I'm aware of risks, but I don't let my epilepsy stop me or dictate my life entirely. Fear can sometimes take over and make you feel like you should just do nothing for the risk of potentially triggering a seizure. And sometimes seemingly nothing can even trigger a seizure. So with epilepsy, it can kind of be such a game of question marks because you truly don't know when one might be incoming. So for me, I do my best to not let those doubts or fear get in the way of living, because it's kind of like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's always going to be that question mark there of when is the next potential one. Epilepsy is a condition that you can only control so much. So when you do your part, taking your daily medication, trying to be stress-free, doing healthy activities to minimize the chances of getting another seizure, etc., the rest, you kind of just have to believe that everything will be okay and work out and live your life, because the latter is kind of living in fear constantly and questioning everything when that's no way to live. Because sometimes the irony of being in that state is that hypervigilance against your seizures can actually end up triggering one because you're stressing yourself out so much. I'm saying all this to say that epilepsy can kind of feel like a life sentence, and in a way it kind of is. But it's all in how you deal with it and your perspective. It doesn't have to get in the way of you living your life to the fullest and doing and achieving the things that you want to. You can truly achieve the things your heart desires and the things you want to do, regardless of you having epilepsy or not. It's a part of you. It doesn't define you entirely.